Welcome to episode 38 of Sports Life Talk South. You just got Jimbo'd. And we have our Buckeye Brit.
Hi.
Just fresh out of the shower.
I did. I cleaned up for you, ladies.
You look good. I can smell you from here. You smell delicious.
Yes. You know, my weekly bath.
And our host for this evening, Ms. El Paso.
Buenos dias, buenas noches.
And I am your Suitie Steinman. I don't like to stand, only sit, please.
That's lies. That's the biggest lie I've ever heard. That's
no
the
kidding.
Reason your knees all messed up from kicking and doing the splits. You are far from the person. You need the suite for the room.
Dancing is not the same thing as standing.
Touche.
I don't like to stand. I don't stand in GA. I don't stand at parties. If there's not a seat at the bar, I'm staying home.
I'm not coming.
Not coming. I know, I'm not kidding. I would text Daisy. She'd be like, all right, cool, we're at this bar. I'm like, are there seats?
No.
Oh, and the other thing is I will only sit on the end of the row, not the middle either.
Whoa. What's wrong with the middle?
I have to use the restroom a lot. So not only is it a pain in the ass for me, but it's a pain in the ass for everyone else too.
And that's true. She is a baby bladder. So
not the baby bladder. What's up, Raider Nation? Thank you for joining us today or tonight.
All right. Soldier's ready for this one. He's ready to get Jimbo'd. Okay. And well, hey, really quick on a more somber note, we at Sports Life Talk South and Sports Life Talk Nation want to send our condolences to all of the families in Uvalde, Texas that lost their loved ones today, or just even in that community that are having to suffer along with those that lost loved ones. Our hearts are with you, and our deepest sympathies and condolences go out to the entire community and to the state of Texas for such a ridiculous act of violence. So little bit starting off with a somber note, but we wanted to make sure that that we support you and we love you. And, if you want to have a little bit of humor in your life, you can come visit Sports Life Talk South.
Yes, absolutely. So ladies, what are we drinking tonight? If it's water, just say water, but make it sound like, if you're going to say water, do it like a resume water, like it is water that's held from Jesus's fun, or I don't know. Go ahead.
I am drinking a glorified water with spices and herbs.
I love that.
It's a tea.
AKA tea.
Nice tea. I love it.
It's a tea.
Well, I have Jesus water.
Jesus water. So it's
been Jesus, not me, because I'm on a diet.
Filtered through his love and heart and soul. I have the you can't see it. Actually, there you go. I have spices and lemon juice saturated on the rim of this beautiful crystal cup with ice cubes, filtered water through potatoes, and a nice bubbly, refreshing water source, also known as vodka soda.
Okay, good.
Yes. Cheers, ladies. All right.
Cheers.
We got to bring it up. I know it's hard. We're gonna power through this, and we're gonna give everyone some comedy relief for the next 30 minutes. So here we go. All right. Fact check against the glass. As you already know, we said just got Jimbo'd. So why would we not talk about the student athlete policies and what are the facts about that? Obviously, because he says, Saban said he paid for a whole bunch of students. So is that okay or not okay? So, Elena, you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. Give us your fact.
All right. And the fact I'm giving you is something that I didn't even have to look up. Why? Because, do I say this? Okay, I'll just say it. I was a little bit of a jersey chaser. I used to love
Cleat
talking-
chaser.
used to like talking to athletes in college. Just that was my type. So I knew this because of that, and also I got a degree that all the other football players got, and that was not on purpose. That was by accident because I was not disciplined enough to get into any other degree other than what all the other football players were doing. But they get a master's. So
Was it hospitality?
girl, worse. It was okay. The degree is called Family Community Service with the emphasis on youth development. So all the athletes would take the degree, but they wouldn't do the emphasis. I thought I would be a little bit like better than that. And I did the emphasis on youth. And I was just like, yeah, I don't want to teach. I don't want to I'm a great godmother, but if I can't be disciplined in school, how am I going to discipline anybody else? How can I teach anybody if I don't want to be here either? So yes. Anyhow, what I do know a fact about the NCAA student athlete policy, they're prohibited to talk to their professor directly one-on-one without addressing or telling someone in the student athlete office that they're going to talk to the professor. And when they do, it has to be an understanding that this is solely for just getting information, and this is not to get any extra credit, to submit any late assignments, to get anything, any type of arrangement. Because if those arrangements are given to that one student athlete, they have to be given to everyone. The second thing, really quickly, if they're in a student group, I used to think they were lazy as hell because I was like, we're in a student group and you do nothing. Well, there's kind of a reason for that. They are told by their student athlete, whatever tutor group thing that they do, that they have a role in this group and they are to stick to that role and not do more and not do less, because they don't want to make it seem like they're compensating for something. So they just kind of just coast. And that is my fact check.
Okay. So much to take in and break down from that. I don't even know what's the point of doing another one. Oh my goodness.
All I have to say is that group thing must have been a Michigan State deal. Like,
I
don't
mean,
worry, honey, you
what?
don't have to do more than you need to. 'Cause that was not the case at Missouri State, but
That was a little bit more in my opinion. I was really pissed off when I got a football player in my group. I was like, damn, can you do more?
I had a group project in college with a football player. It was hilarious. They literally, two of them did nothing. I was pregnant at the time. So it was senior year. I was pregnant, far pregnant. Like Owen was born in July. So this was probably March or April. And it had just snowed and we get to class. And of course they showed up 30 minutes late for the project. And I was like, I'm ready to go to bed. Did nothing, absolutely nothing. And we used to do the, I don't know if you guys had to do it where you evaluated everyone in your group. Like you had to turn that into your professor. And I was always like, I don't really care because I'm also doing the bare minimum, so I got you, you got me, we're cool. I don't want to be in this class. If it was a class I was interested in, why not take the league? But it's something you just have to take because that's what you have to take to graduate, and you got to do this project. I hate group projects. They should be banned.
No, they actually help me because that means other people are doing the parts that I don't want to do.
I don't want to do any of it, but if I have to do it, then I'm forced to do it, No, group projects. Because you're gonna get people like me.
That girl, bye. All right, what's your fact?
So my fact that I had earlier was debunked because of all the changing stuff, but everything's changing. It's so hard to keep up. It's literally every single day. Ooh, Patrick. All right. Group projects for you. But one of the rules for student athletes, and this is more like the NCAA, is preventing conference tournament champions from competing in the following year's NCAA tournament series. NCAA tournaments. Not weird?
That is weird.
I'm not following.
So one of the rules that they're coming out with is to keep one conference tournament champion from playing in like certain March Madnesses. NCAA. Okay, I have a computer thing. It's going off. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
All right, I'm here.
All right, Elena, you give us your fact check.
Okay. All right. Well, fact check, because we're going to get into this Saban Jimbo. You got T-boned like a Jimbo'd. I'm just going to kind of break down a little bit of what are the rules with the NIL, the name, image, and likeness, and how the players are allowed to now monetize their name, image, and likeness as NCAA athletes. So in 2019, California actually passed a Fair Pay to Play Act, and where their students were able to be compensated for promotional opportunities. That's kind of where this kicked off the NCAA to actually have to make a ruling, because athletes had been fighting for this for years and years and years. But the NCAA never actually had to make a decision on it until the states started to make a decision for them, right? So on June 30th, 2021, they officially suspended the rule. So there wasn't a rule that was created. It's just that they suspended the rule that they could not make money off of their name, image, or likeness. So how can they do that? They can do that through autograph signings, product endorsements, social media. However, it is not the same for every state. So the rules still prevent the players from being paid directly by the school, right? So this has to come from an outside source. So the first part of the rule is that it has to be consistent with the law of the state where the school is located. Not all states currently have NILs. So if the state does not have an NIL, then it is up to the university or to the college to create their own policy.
Girl, I would not create anything. I'd be like, boom, not doing it.
Some of them are not creating policies, but where the states do have an NIL policy, it restricts student athletes from receiving endorsements for like alcohol, gambling, tobacco, things like that, right? Which makes sense. You're trying to uphold a persona there. And in some cases, they're not able to drink. They're 21, right? Or they're not 21. Also, there are states that have a law that prohibits the athlete from using the likeness of the school or anything copyrighted by the university. So they can make money outside of the university, but I, for example, wouldn't be able to wear my Missouri State sweatshirt in my car commercial.
Okay.
That I'm on, right? Because of course, I'm going to be on the used car commercials. There was also a perception that this was going to fare better for male athletes than female athletes. The first two athletes to be monetized were two twins from Fresno State from the basketball team. And they've got millions and millions of followers on Instagram. We all know, generally speaking, I think females probably have a larger presence as far as followers go on social media and Instagram. So There are some ladies out there making some major change. And you just keep it up, mama. So that is my fact. My fact's a fact, but it's more of setting the precedence of what we're going to talk about next and making sure everyone actually understands what the NIL is. And I haven't been able to speak that entire time. So
now go ahead.
There's right now, I think I read earlier that there's 28 states with the NIL laws passed.
Yes. And so is Texas A&M and Alabama one of them?
Texas and Alabama both have NIL laws.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's get Jimbo'd. Seriously, what the?
He gives a good wondering, doesn't he?
This is why I picked Nick the Snitch. Nick the Snitch. Like, this has not been happening for centuries. Like, why are you going to call out a football program that really is not anybody to be threatened by? like, no offense to Texas A&M people, but really, it was not necessary. What are y'all thoughts?
Saban is salty because A&M whooped their behind.
Whooped that ass last year.
Time last year. No, and they did get the #1 recruiting class in the nation. Now, where I think people are getting a little bit confused is Saban didn't say that they cheated. He's saying that they paid their recruiting class to come in. Now, that payment is not by the university, right? It's not Texas A&M handing an envelope of cash to the players, which is what used to happen before the NIL came into effect. It is boosters that own businesses using the NIL law to their advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So come play for Texas A&M, and I will pay you $4,000 a month to represent my seed company.
And I mean, okay.
Let's see, Mr. Quarterback, how you look on my John Deere tractor.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this. Does the NIL allow for agents? Can a college student have an agent?
It does allow for the students to have a professional service managed provider. Yes.
Are we getting to the point? Okay, so I kind of like the whole underground, payment of athletes. I am not for this. You can have an agent. At this point, why are you in college for? You might as well just go to the, well, you might not make the pros, let's be honest. That may or may not happen. But, I mean, now we're commercializing college football. I hate that.
So college football is commercialized prior to student athletes being.
But it was to a point where I felt like,
I got you, Misty. I'm there with you, Misty. Okay.
No, but it was kind of like when I watched college football, I was like, I'm struggling. I know they're struggling. We're struggling together, and they're trying to make a name for themselves. Now I feel like, okay, it's only going to be within, right after the game, about 30 minutes later, he is going to be on a John Deere tractor talking about, I won this game for Bubba. Like, yeah. And he's going to make thousands of dollars while I'm still eating ramen noodles. I'm not here for that. That is not what I want to see.
All I have to say is that if I would have had, and Buckeye, Britt, same for you too. If we would have had that rule suspended when we were playing in college, first of all, y'all wouldn't even know me.
No.
I'd be living in Houston, Texas.
I'd be climbing on top of that John Deere tractor, throwing bird seed out in a bathing suit.
Just look at Paige. I'm blanking on her last name, but she was a golfer from San Diego State. She now has millions and millions of followers on Instagram. It's all about the TNA. She is a good golfer. Paige Renee. That's what I'm thinking of. Paige Renee. She is a good golfer, but she is not LPGA talent golfer. That would have been me. I would have been Miss Paige Renee. You want to fly to Cabo so I golf at your new course? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have to, we always had to wear, of course, sleeves and collars and skirts down to our knees when we were playing, and pants.
I can be back in my bathing suit again. Even better.
Okay, then you know what we need to do? I mean, I wasn't a college athlete, but I'll pretend like I was one. We need to do a quick TikTok of what our college athlete commercial would have looked like. I'm sure that everybody would love to see you in a bathing suit, Brittany, and Steinman. They would love to see you holding on to some clubs.
Oh my gosh. I would be so rich right now if there was no NIL.
All right. Well, really quickly before we move on, and we have Eric who's going to come in a second.
I just want to say one more thing. I'm sorry. Yes. Because we kind of went off track, but I would just like to commend Jimbo'd Fisher on his vast vocabulary and how many times he used the word despicable in referring to Nick Saban. And
how many times he used it?
I mean, I at least 4 for me, and I was like, despicable is a great word.
It is. But I wanted to say, can you spell it? That's what I wanted to say.
Exactly. And I also loved both I think they're both from West Virginia. Jimbo coached under him from 2000 2004 when he was at LSU. And, they've been known to have this wonderful relationship. But probably about 5 to 6 years ago, it started coming out that Jimbo was not necessarily – he didn't want to be in the same sentence as him. So, in general, like he wanted to make his own way. He did say that they have similar coaching styles. But, sorry, I just wanted to bring sports back into it a little bit. Carry on, Ms. El Paso.
Well, just really quickly before we because we're going to get right after Celebrity Gossip, we're bringing in Eric, who's going to give us some tips for the week to make some money, because we all need it for Memorial Weekend and for our trips and to donate and to do all that great stuff. But really quickly, I wanted to say that the SEC football committee is coming in next week, and they're going to be talking about trying to create their own football playoff. I cannot wait to hear what ends up coming out of that. I think it's a terrible idea, and if they do it, I promise you, everybody who's in SEC, you don't matter. You're not going to matter to me. So
I feel like they already have a playoff. It's the SEC games that they all play each other through the whole year, and then at the end of the year, they play like an SEC tournament, which decides the best player in the SEC. So,
no offense, they're trying to become the Notre Dame of a conference, pretty much saying, we only play who we want to play, and we are better than everyone else, and you guys don't matter. Nobody else matters than our conference.
You got that exactly right, Ms. El Paso.
All right, really quickly, let's go to Celebrity Gossip, because I need to hear what Eric has to say. All right, Celebrity Gossip. Brandon Langley is going viral for his fight with a United Airline staff member. If you haven't seen it, it's all over the place. Just go search it. He's an ex-NFL football player. Interesting, but not interesting. Kind of a celebrity gossip, but not really. Now his name is out there. And right now he plays for the Calgary Stampeders. Moving on. This is actually kind of sad. Steven Tyler from Aerosmith is going to rehab. So they canceled their summer shows, but they're hoping that they're going to pick back up in the fall. So, I hope some speedy recovery for Steven Tyler. I'm happy that he is taking that initiative, as old as he is, to go into rehab and recognizing the problems that he has. All right. In better news, the Johnny Depp and Amanda Heard trials is getting more and more entertaining. There's guys pretty much licking their dentures and, talking about how Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory with Johnny Depp. It's not a funny, reason why they're in a trial, but the trial itself is hilarious. And again, if you need, people are watching this now as reality TV.
Yes.
And there's lines to get into the courthouse where they're giving wristbands. So Elena, Suitie, Simon, get us a suite into that courthouse. I can't wait.
I don't wait in lines.
She does not wait in lines. All right. So let me get some of our banners out so that we're not.
I'm just going to say it's probably a very, very unpopular opinion. And some might say insensitive. But if I'm Steven Tyler and I'm as old as he is, at this point, I am riding out that train.
I don't think it was like good stuff. I think it was like pain medicine and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was just probably making him real shitty. Not the fun.
And you know what I mean? Grateful Dead bands by train.
What?
I'm riding that train out.
Yes.
Look at Eric's face.
I have no idea what I walked into.
He is like, what the is going on?
Buenos dias. Hello.
Okay, Eric,
Hello.
real quick. Steven Tyler went to rehab for we don't know exactly what. I was being a little insensitive and said, if I'm Steven Tyler's age, I'm riding that train all the way out. I'm not going to rehab. But then Britt said that it was probably something like painkillers or something like that. So, okay.
Like he wasn't partying.
Yeah. Isn't he like 80?
He wasn't high on cocaine.
How old is Steven Tyler?
74. I don't know. That was just a guess.
Wow.
Yeah. That was just a guess. Hey, everybody. Okay. So real quick before Eric gives us his bets for the week, I want to shout out my cousin Patrick.
He's 74.
Shut up. Get out of here. That was a really good guess. My cousin Patrick from New Orleans is online. We got the soldier representing the Raider Nation here. I got my Hammer's House t-shirt on. Katie Dammit joins us every week. Thank you for being here. I saw that Kim is online. And also have Aaron, who is a celebrity out of Baltimore. No Picks After Dark, Aaron Dante. So please make sure you subscribe to his podcast and follow him on Instagram. He is a huge supporter of ours, and he is so dope, and he wins like the best podcast of Baltimore every single year, and he's going to win again this year because I voted for him.
And we all know that means that's golden. That's a golden ticket right there.
That really is. All right, Eric, give us our rundown. What are we doing? What's happening?
So we are going to bet that the Miami Heat cover tomorrow. They're 64% ATS against the spread, 80% as a home dog this year against the spread, and 66% against the spread after a loss. If you just look at the game tomorrow, yesterday, I know they shot like crap, but so did the Celtics. The big difference was the Celtics had 32 free throws. You take the free throws out of the game, Heat end up winning the game. Robert Williams is 100% healthy. Neither is Marcus Smart. So I think going back to Miami, playing in front of the home crowd, I think the Heat get it done tomorrow. They're getting 1.5 at a line that low. It's probably better off to play them at plus money. So plus 105 to straight up win. So that means you risk 100, you win 105. And then NFL future, I'm going to bet the Denver Broncos do not make the playoffs. They have a below average, a below third offensive line. You have to be able to protect the quarterback. Russell Wilson isn't what he used to be. He's in his mid-30s, doesn't have the arm strength. Their coach, Nathaniel Hackett, isn't that good of an offensive play caller. You look at his time in Buffalo when he called the plays, and in Jacksonville, offense wasn't that good. I know it was in Green Bay last couple of years, but that was all LaFleur calling everything. Hackett just kind of rolling on his coattails. So we're playing Broncos not to make the playoffs at plus 125.
Not the playoffs at all. Playoffs,
No,
like,
not the playoffs. Because there's the Chargers, the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Ravens are going to be good. Bills are going to be good. You got the Patriots. There's a lot of good teams in the AFC.
Yeah.
There's only going to be 2 teams out of the West to make the playoffs, and it's going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Okay, I don't think
I'm taking both of your bets.
Well,
and
make some money.
$10 on each.
Okay. All right. $10. You win $10.50, so you're good.
Damn, no, seriously, that's how much you get? Because that's probably all I'm going to be able to get.
Yeah. Yep. So whatever you. Yeah.
Eric, for those of us online that maybe have not met you or know what you do, give us a real, because I see some new people on here. So what's up, Jack? Thank you for joining us as well. I just want you to give a real quick rundown, and then also please let us know what is the best betting app.
Yeah.
The best place to bet would probably be the website Bet Online.
Online.
Yeah, best place to bet. They're offshore, so they're based in I think they're based in Panama. Ooh. So everything is online. You get paid out. I've never had an issue with them. By far the best place to bet. Not even close.
Good to know.
Okay, I do have another question, and this is for all the people who are cheap and get really excited and pull out too early. That's what she said. Okay. When I win my 50 cents, do I just keep it rolling? Do I keep it in there and just move it on to a next bet, or can I just pull it out and then wait later and then
just keep it going? Just keep it going. Just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. Have a goal, get to the goal, and then pull it out.
BetOnline.com.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eric from eToft21 Sports. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Instagram. Make sure you follow him. He is we're so cool that we have a house betting guy.
Seriously, no. I already hit him up and was like, I'm on Bovada, and he was like, Misty, it's not working for you. You need to move on.
Yeah, Bovada is kind of for noobs. I don't mean to be mean, but it's kind of like the noob site.
Yeah. That's all I
All
right.
right.
So before we finish, I do have a player's anthem. We are going to roll out with this one. So my player anthem this week is called Dance Off. If you have not heard this song, it is by Macklemore, Ryan Lewis, featuring Idris Elba and Anderson .Paak.
Whoa.
And the reason that I have chosen Dance Off as my player anthem for this week is because there is nothing more that I would like to see Saban and Jimbo have an old white man dance off. And
I've got Jimbo Fisher in that one.
Instead,
that's not going to be close.
I don't
Jimbo
want
will-
to see them fight. I want to see them old white man dance off, and even better if it's at the Floribama. So
Okay.
that is my player anthem for this week. Check out Dance Off by Macklemore, Ryan Lewis, featuring Idris Elba and Anderson .Paak, my homie.
I'm going to listen to that on our 6-hour trip to Arkansas. Yay.
Yeah, and we see it looks like Jack said, don't forget to join him on Chronicles of the Black Hole with the host OG Daniels and another Raiders channel this Friday, 5 p.m. We will absolutely tune into that. Jack, I love Chronicles of the Black Hole. That's my homie too, and he could be a hoe. I mean, I don't know.
Eric, when's your podcast?
My podcast comes out on every Friday, and then I have a daily NBA show with my boys Kyle and Gino. Anytime there's an NBA game, we talk about betting and what to bet. Saturday and Sunday, it's live, so we have people in the chat room and we interact, kind of like you guys are right now.
Perfect.
Love it. All right, send us out, Elena.
All right. If you have not yet, please subscribe to Sports Life Talk on YouTube. Follow Sports Life Talk on Instagram. Dresses and Salted Pretzels and Mizz El Paso and Eric from eTop 21 Sports on Instagram. And we hope you all have a blessed, wonderful, safe Memorial Weekend. And thank you to all the veterans out there that have served. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Adios.
Adios.